In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Chamber. I'm going to be breaking down each of his abilities and going in depth and giving you tips and tricks for each of his abilities. If you learned something new, consider subscribing and liking the video. So first, let's talk about his C ability, okay? So his C ability is pretty simple. It's literally an alarm bot, right? And if you're wondering how far it goes 10 meters far, right? So if it's over there, it'll be able to see 10 meters away. So if I was under the team, it would track me. And the way it works is whenever it gets hit, right? So whenever I'm over here and I get hit by the Chamber trademark, right? It'll just put a slow around me. So his Larva is pretty simple and easy to use, right? So now let's talk about his next ability, his teleporter, okay? So his teleporter is exactly how I described it. It's a teleporter. And the real name is called Rendezvous, okay? So you place it on one spot. You need two of these spots before you could teleport, right? So you place one of them, and then you need to go place another one, right? And there's like a range, right? And the range of it, right, is you have to place it in a circle of around 40 meters. Yeah, 40 meters away is how far you could place any circle 40 meters away. So then whenever you're in it, it has its own circle. So technically you could make this a bit farther if you're trying to think about it like that. But after that, what you go is the circle of its own teleporter is around 8 meters, okay? But it's weird, right? So if you're in the corner, like I'll show you guys a spot that I know of over here. If you are to place your teleporter right about here, right? That's not ready. Then you could actually teleport from here. Let me just put it a bit more so you can see it, right? Put it like this. You can actually teleport from here. Even you guys see how little there is? And even with this little amount, you could shoot and teleport out. So now let me tell you guys about the actual ability. The way you teleport is pretty simple. You just click on the same button it took for you to pull it out. And that's the same button you click, right? And if you do try to place it more than 40 meters away, then what will happen is a red thing will come up. And on top of it, whenever you're trying, there's going to be a red circle around it. So, even to give you more guidance. So after you place it, it's pretty simple. It's almost an instant teleport. So if I was defending here, I could put one of my teleporters right over here safely. And then I can put one aggressive one right over here. So as soon as the barrier drops, I could peek this. Shoot it. If no one's here, I can push a little farther. Peek this, shoot them, and then teleport out right as I want to. So that's why he is also a really good op agent, right? Let's say I want to op up down mid, right? Before the round starts, I can place my my teleporter right over here. Right? I just hold this, the barrier drops, right? Someone peeks him, someone peeks me, and then shoot, immediately teleport out. And if you want to know how you can like know if you're in the like range or not, right? On the side of your screen, you guys are gonna be seeing some yellow stuff, right? That's how you know if you can teleport or not. See, it's gone, meaning I can't teleport. Go for it. Go a little slower. Go a little slower. Now let me tell you guys about the timer, right? Because you can't just unlimited teleport in and out, you know what I mean, right? There has to be a timer. So if I turn off abilities, I could literally show you the timer. But just for me to tell you, whenever you teleport from one spot to another, it is going to be 30 seconds. So in that 30 seconds, you cannot teleport again. What you can do is pick it up. And if you were to pick it up, the timer will not go back to 30 seconds. So that's a good thing. Let's see, you teleport, right? You gotta pick from B, you teleport. Now you go all the way to A site. But you find out that they're actually on A site. What you can do, so when the timer is still going, right? You can pick them back up. And then it still has 10 seconds. You could just get ready, get info. Then whenever the timer runs out, you could start pulling out the timer. You could start pulling out the teleporter and set up again. Which is a really good thing. But if you let the timer wait out and then you pick it up, it's gonna be another 30 seconds. And now, another thing, if the person ends up destroying it, right? If the opponent, the other team, destroys your teleporter, it's going to be 45 seconds at any moment, right? So let's say you just teleported, right? It's 30 seconds and the guy destroys it, right? It's gonna go back up to 45 seconds, even if the timer was at 3 seconds. And also, let's say there's only one, right? You just pick them back up, right? You start rotating, right? It turns out that person is just lurking up A, destroys your teleporter. It's also gonna go back up to 45 seconds. So that is also another downside that you do gotta watch out for. Make sure you pick them back up in time. So now let me tell you guys some aggressive plays you can do for both teams, right? Let's say you're defending, right? I already told you this, but you can place it anywhere back, right? You can place it like over here, right? And if you have an op, you can place one right over here, right? And then peek it and then op, right? Something I like to do in some of my games is place one teleport over here and then place another teleport on mid. So then what I could do is just hold this angle as soon as the beard drops, get a pick, rotate, probably gonna be one picking mid, and then just hold that. Right, but remember I cannot teleport again. That's something bad. This is more of a risky play, but if you're going for more of a safe play, something you could do is put one of your teleporters like right around here. The way I know this is, see this brick thing, right? You put it on the right side of the brick thing. Then you could put the other one back site stairs or maybe boathouse. And then with this one, this is a really good one that I like to do. You could just hug this right here, right? If there's someone there, you could shoot and then teleport out. But if there's not someone there, what you can do is just slowly, quietly walk up this, right? And you're still in your teleport range because it goes through walls, right? So you can just quietly walk up here, and you could keep on going up, and you could get the orb. And if there's someone there, you know, you can't do it mid-orb. You can't teleport mid-orb, right? If you see someone, right, you're picking it up, you stop and just teleport out. So that is a safe play that you can do that gives you a lot of info. And if you're going like something like that for a site, let me tell you guys one right here, right? So you could place one like back gen or something, and then you could do this right over here. This is a more risky play, I guess you could say, since, you know, there's less room. But to counter that, you could just put both of your teleporters. You could put one of your teleporters over here and the other one on the other side right around over here.
All set up.
Right. So now you could peek this, right? And then if you see someone, you can just teleport out. And if you don't see someone, then you can just keep on holding this angle and then quietly walk up this, right? Then since I did not really place it that good, right? It's just a tiny bit, but I doubt you would die in that situation, or you just keep on walking. Then you can hold this and you can be over here. But with this one, you can't get the orb because the range is just not big enough. So you can just, you know, still hold this. But if you're trying to go for even more risky play, you could go for it. Then if someone peeks you, you're obviously dead. But if not, you can get it and teleport. And the way it works whenever, like, you're trying to decide on which, like, position is going to put you at, right? There's two, right? Which one are you going to land at? And the way you decide that is whichever one you're farther from. So, for me to put that more easier, right? There's this one and this one, right? They meet in the middle. But the way I know which one I'm gonna teleport out, since I'm more on this side, right? Since I'm more on this side and barely on like that side, right? I'm going to teleport to that side since I'm close to this side. You're going to teleport to the farther angle, not the closer angle. So since I'm over here, I'm gonna be teleporting. See? And also, whenever you do teleport, if you could look at this teleporter, like the box, the triangle, right? It actually starts glowing up a bit. So if you see someone, you know, you peek and you just see something glowing up, then you will know that he just teleported. And it also makes a noise. So as you can see, right? It makes that lining up. You see that? That is things that you should know about the teleporter and some defensive plays. Now, something you can do on offense, right, when you're attacking. This is what you could do on literally any map. There's no setup special for this, but for this, you know, section specifically, you can put one right here, right? Then you could peek, and then you could put another aggressive one right over here, right as you about to peek the choke point. And then you can also kind of entry on site, even though you're not a duelist. You know, sometimes duelists don't entry on site, right? So you can go over here and then teleport out right as you get a pick and get your team site. So then after that, you can play back site. Right. And the tripwire, you know, you should probably have it flank, which is a good thing to have it as. And you could also call back the alarm bot tripwire, right? But you can only call it before the barrier is dropped. And then something you can do specifically for a site, right? You could put your tripwire right over there, right? And then you could go for this one, right? And then you could just walk, right? Just walk on top of this, or obviously like shoot, or if you're smoked off, watch out for that. Then what you could do is immediately close the door and then teleport out. So now, say safely close the door. That's just things about the teleporter. So now we're in the range, so I could show you guys his other last ability. It's called the Headhunter. It's pretty much like a Guardian and Sheriff kind of gun, right? So you could aim like the Guardian, and it looks like the Sheriff, and shoot like the Sheriff. It also only has 8 bullets. So yeah, you also gotta buy the bullets individually, right? It's 150 credits per bullet. So really pretty kind of expensive, right? Good for a save round if you're on like your 5th round, you know, save. It's good for that. It's good for that scenario. Also one last thing about the alarm bot. Whenever someone destroys your alarm bot, you will get notified. And you will know that someone destroyed your alarm bot. And if it just like saw someone. So let's say I'm right over here, right? I'm like an opponent that's just right over here, right? And I just go peek this real quick. Your alarm bot will tell you that it spotted someone, but not that it marked someone. So if someone keeps on doing this, you will know each time. I'll just give you another like notification. So something to know about the Headhunter, it does not have any range, right? So as you can see, 159, okay? Right? 159, okay? I'm gonna go all the way back here, right?
Here.
Literally 90 meters away. It is going to be 159. You guys see that? So yeah, that is something good to know. There's no range like barrier. That's why it's kind of like the Guardian too. Same thing with the body and all the rest of the stuff. And the damage is pretty simple. 1 shot in the head, 50. Okay, hold up. And the body is 55 like the Sheriff. And on the toes it is 46. So any scenario, 3 shot body, the guy is dead. 1 shot head, the guy is dead. And 3 times body, the guy is not dead. So you do gotta watch out for that. But as long as you have some good aim, you're able to just shoot him, right? Just like boom, you see, like that. Right? You're chilling, right? There's not much to say about his Headhunter, cause it's pretty simple. There's not much, you know what I mean? Lastly, his ultimate ability, okay? It's literally an operator, okay? It's just an operator, but better, you could say, okay? This only comes with 5 bullets, though, so 1 for each opponent, which is totally fine, right? You probably shouldn't need more than 5. And you can't reload, right? It's pretty simple. It costs 8 ult orbs, so that's something you gotta watch out for. It costs 8 ult orbs. And also the range is pretty simple, right? No matter how far you are, right? I'm gonna be over 90 meters, right? I'm 90 meters away. It's still 150, right? So let me tell you guys now about the damage. How much damage does it actually do? Okay. So the damage, it is always 1 shot head, right? 255, like an operator. Always 1 shot body, 150, like an operator. On the toes, 127. So that you gotta watch out for, kind of like the operator. Once again, it does not 1 shot in the toes. If you do hit him on the toes, that sucks, and the guy's not dead. Also, about the Headhunter, it is not like the Vandal. It has perfect accuracy for no matter how far you are, right? So you could just spam this. You could wait for it to reset, and you could just shoot it every single time, and it will not change as long as you let the recoil sit. If you spray like that, then obviously it's gonna. But if you let the recoil sit, it's gonna be perfect. You can see that? It did not change. I think I moved my crosshair a little bit. That's what it's 2. Other than that, it did not change. And those were when you're spamming it. That's why you probably shouldn't really spam it unless you're close up. If you're close up with a guy, right, you just peek this, right? You miss your first shot and you can just start spamming. And that's kind of fine, but really, just kill the guy on your first shot. And that is also the same thing with the operator, right? Right? If you just, this one you can literally not spam shoot at all, but because it goes kind of nowhere. But if you let like the scope come in for even like 2 milliseconds, it will reset to normal. Right? So as you can see, right? You gotta let the scope come in. I'm gonna do it right here. Scope's there, scope's there, scope's there, scope's there. You guys see that? It's just perfect accuracy. See that? And if you no scope, it is not perfect accuracy, not like the Marshall, but it is better than the operator. Not that you should be no scoping, unless you're going for just some trick shot. So that why that Headhunter is pretty much just a better sheriff, right? And the ultimate ability is pretty much just a better operator. You know, both guns can wallbang. See this, right? If I'm like right here, right, shoot it, it goes through, right? Same thing with an operator. You could kill multiple people at once, right? Like there's gonna be 2 people over here. They both are about to die, right? There's gonna be 3 people. I'm gonna try to get 3 people for this one, right? There's 3 people for this one. They're all gonna die. That's a slow, okay? It also leaves a slow whenever you kill them, right? So whenever you kill someone, right, it's going to leave a slow for like a few seconds. Not too long, but it is a few seconds. Kind of like a sage slow order, right? But you can like barely walk on the other side. It lasts around 5-ish seconds. But that's only when you kill someone. If you just miss, then it doesn't. Only when the alarm bot works similar way, right? I'm gonna just put it in the I'm gonna kill this one and then just put it in the distance, so you know. But the Headhunter is the same way. You could kill multiple people. There's probably 4 or something. Probably gonna hit only 3. But yeah, hit only 3. But it could also wallbang. This is also wallbang. Not that it'll, you know, not that this is a smarter way to do it. But both guns can wallbang and shoot through. It's obviously, you know, just better. It's kind of like a duelist. I don't know why they really called a sentinel. Probably because of the alarm bot, but he is part of the sentinel role. And that is pretty much it for most of the chamber abilities, right? If you have any questions on how to use either of the chamber abilities, just comment them down below. Right, now let me show you guys a few setups, a few aggressive and defensive setups on maps. Something to know about his teleporter, right, is if you do it in the pre-round, right, before the round starts, if you use it, it only leads to 3-second recharge. So you can kind of like spam it before the round starts. And what you could also do is go to elevated spots, which is probably a smarter thing and why you would use it. Like if you want to just go up here, do it. You can shoot them and then back. You're probably gonna get it time. Or you could also teleport over here. And also there's no recharge time for just picking up in the beginning of the round. So one setup you could do for B-side defense is put it right here in the middle so you could peek either side. You could put your alarm bot. You could either peek this, put your alarm bot there, or you could put your alarm bot here. Kind of doesn't matter, but if you put it here and the guy's literally just here, it won't know. So for that, you might be want to just do it here. So maybe you just want to do it, you know, just like over here. I kind of messed up there, but like right over there. Because if it does peek, it will know, right? Even if it peeks from like back here and destroys it, it will tell you that it destroyed. Right? That's also a benefit. So you put your you put your first teleport over there. You put your second teleport over here for this aggressive play that you're trying to do, right? You could either do it over here, which is probably stupid, but you can do it over here, right? Peek, kill him, and then go back. Then now you can just play back sight. You can wait for it to recharge. After it recharges, you can play from. Then you could get the teleport back. You can put it back there. Then you can either just peek it from this side and teleport, or you could peek it from this side and teleport, which is a good thing. Now, if you're looking for a defensive play on a site, you could put your alarm bar right over there, or if you want to do it before the round starts, you could just put it over there. It kind of doesn't matter. You could put your first teleporter either in U-Haul or just anywhere back here. Then you could put your other teleporter right over here. As soon as the bear drops, you can either put it over here, right? Or if you know, put your first teleporter in a different positioning, like over here, something I like to do sometimes, is, you know, immediately just put it in the corner. Just go for the corner and just hide here, right? And if I'm not trying to hide here, I just put it and just push this up, right? Get a pick here if no one's here. Peek this, get a pick, and then teleport. Or get info and no one's going there. That could also happen sometimes. Another thing you could do with the teleporters is if there's one like that, right? And you know that the teleporter is in range, you could teleport, put this. You could you're not supposed to peek it because the point of it is to like fake it. I mean, you can, right? But in this situation, we're trying to fake it. So you use the teleporter and just teleport. Some common aggressive play you could do is like put your teleporter over here. It kind of doesn't matter. A lot of like alarm bots that I see a lot of people doing is just right over here. Probably don't do this because, you know, they could smoke it off and it'll be known. But maybe just do it a little more outwards like this. Serves the same purpose. And so now you have your first teleporter over there, right? And then you can not if as long as they're safe or this is smoked or something like that. If this is smoked, you could just go right over here, peek this, peek that, peek on top of the smoke, and just teleport out if you need to. Or, right, you could drop and it actually works while you're dropped, right? Even if it's above, right, as long as it's not like above by a lot, right? As long as it's not above by a lot, you're chilling. Like right now, if I crouch, it's above by a lot, right? That's why I can't teleport, but if I just uncrouch, now I can teleport. It's pretty weird. So as long as you're not above by a lot, right, you could just still peek and teleport. Something you could be for B site is just like around the same teleporter, right? You could put the first one over there, right? And then if the guy peeks this immediately, just kill him, right? But if he doesn't, then you could push this up, right? You could watch your corners. If you're trying to play off of this, right, you could put this right over here, right over there. But it's probably not gonna reach, but it's gonna reach right over here. So as soon as you got it over here, you could peek this, shoot, shoot, shoot. If this is like smoked off, you could peek it right over here. And if there's people there, you can just immediately teleport back. Also, another thing you could do here is you could go for aggressive teleport like this, right? And then if you're trying to, if there's a lot of people and you can just do this and watch in and teleport back out. But if you're going for a different play, you can put the teleport over there, walk all the way on site, and literally just push it, put it on site. If you're going for that much of a play, a risky play, you can just do that and teleport out. Another play I've done a lot is I went over here, right? As soon as the barrier drops, I run, put my teleport over there, keep on running, right? Probably I go quiet by now, right? And then now I could play from garden, right? I could play like post spam from garden or something. And the guy, and as soon as I teleport out, let's say so like a 1v2, right? This spike's over there. Default, right? I could peek, get one teleport out. Now they're probably going to expect me to be back there. So then after that, I could flank them from right over here. And I can end up killing them once again whenever he taps on spike again. And those were some B chamber setups. A defensive play you could do on Pearl is if you're going to peek on either sides of mid, you could just put like it somewhere over there. And then you could push up here. You could put your other teleport over here. Peek this and then teleport out. And if you're trying to go for the other side of mid, right, you could put it over there or maybe back behind that box. And then you could same thing. Go over here, peek this or peek that and then teleport out. And then you could also put your alarm bot before the round starts. Either over here if you want to watch that. Or if you want, you could also put it back here in art. This is a better spot than anything else, I would say, because you're probably always gonna get the guy. And the reasoning for that is unless let's say the guy's like this, right? And then he just pushes up slowly, just watches that, and then just slowly goes. You're gonna hit him right here, right? That's where you're gonna get him. Or if the guy's just wrapping around back here, then you're gonna get him. This is bad if the guy's just gonna be holding this, because you won't know if the guy's just holding it. And if you're trying, if that happens a lot, just go right here. That works. Just teleport it right over. An aggressive play you could do on A site is put your teleport over there, or you could put it over there, or under there, or maybe over here. Just watch out for over here, because if they push fast enough, you could die. But then after that, you could walk, you could go right over here, right? You could peek this, teleport out. And if you're not trying to teleport out, what you could do is peek this, clear it, and then if there's no one there, you can just get orb. And for this, you would want to put your alarm bot either on site like that, or maybe on site right behind where your teleporter was. Like right over there. Or maybe you could put it mid too. It doesn't really matter, right? But now let's go for a B setup, okay? So for the B setup, you can once again put your alarm bot anywhere. You can put it mid or anything like that. It kind of does not matter. Something you could also do is back over here. Maybe on top over this. But this is going to be pretty hard to do. And also it's going to be pretty open, so probably not going to be that helpful. But this one's going to be a pretty decent one. And then what you could do is put either one of your teleporters over here. You can put it on top over there. You can put it backside over here. This is good for if you're trying to off. If you're trying to off, right? You could put one over there, the other over here. Peek this with an off, kill one, teleport back, and maybe if you want to. But another thing you could do is place one back here or over there. right? Or you can put it over there, it doesn't matter. And then after that, as soon as the round starts, you could walk. You can maybe put it over here, right? And then I can just peek all of this. But if you're trying to go for a different play, what you could do is put it like, just teleport it back here. And then as soon as the bear drops, you could walk, put it maybe over here. Or probably not. Probably just walk a little forward. Just put it in the middle of open. Middle of nowhere, because it kind of doesn't matter. Then with this, you could go farther. That's if they go for slow pushes. If they push really fast, then that's not going. But after that, you can, just kill them right this, or clear the site, get orb, and you can teleport out. Now, if you're going to be pushing a site, you can put your alarm bars over there, or over here. Kind of doesn't matter. None of them are really avoidable, as you can see from the map. Right? You could put your first teleport over here, and then maybe your second one over here. And with this, it allows you to get on site, right? Get on site safely, and then teleport back when you need to. Or something else you could do is put your first teleport over there, and then get on site way more riskily, and just be over here. And then just, plant spike if you need to. And if you do end up just planting spike, right, as soon as you're done. That is also something else you could do. But if you're just going for a slow push, you could probably just put one behind the box right here. And then just put it either, if this is smoked off, put it inside the smoke, put it back here. Or this is always, you can never go wrong with that. And you can peek this, peek this. And if you're trying to do a mid push, you shouldn't really have like a mid alarm bot, I don't think. It's really good to do. You could just go for either alarm bot right over here, or a B alarm bot, which is usually like over here somewhere, or maybe over here, maybe over here. Just something like that is what you could do for an alarm bot if you're trying to go mid. And then for your teleporters, it could be whatever site the rest of your team is on. So you could do either like this, right? And then you could go all the way over here, put your teleport over here, circle around, clear a bunch of mid, peek even this, and then teleport out. And if you're trying to do a mid from A, like an A kind of mid push, then what you should do is put it right over here. This is pretty good, as long as you have time, right? So as long as you have time, you can put it over there, right? But if you don't, wherever the barriers is, I think it's something like over here-ish. If I'm not wrong, right? Probably over here. So put it somewhere over here, and then what you can do is walk over to mid, right? Once again, if you're gonna go from there, you could wrap around like this and then put it anywhere over there. But if you're not trying to peek doors, you could go over here and then either do another thing over here, or you could put it forward. But if you do end up doing it here, then you can just clear walk all the way through this. And if you see someone, you can just teleport at any moment. And if you see someone already pretty early like this, you can just teleport like that, and you're onto ace like that. But if you're not trying to do that, another teleporter you could do is just back here, right? Like a less risky one, right? Like this, you peek, teleport. Now, if you're going for a B push, right? Your alarm bot should be over here, maybe over there, maybe over here, maybe over here, maybe over here, something like that, right? These are some teleporters you should do. Now, or some alarms you should do. And then some teleport you should do is if you feel like an op, right? Or if the other guy has an op, right? You could go for like a double teleport setup right over here. Peek this, kill the guy with the op, and out. And if you don't kill him, peek him again. You're good like that, so you're gonna kill him, peek him again, kill him. Or another thing you could be doing, right, is you could either put one of the teleporters over here, or maybe one of the teleporters over there. It just depends on how you like it. And then you can walk all the way up here as long as this site, or as long as this part of the site is clear, right? You could place your teleport over there. Probably not over here, because if you do it over here, the guy's gonna be able to easily teleport, break the teleporter from wherever he is, right? Even back here, he's gonna be able to destroy it. But if you do that kind of teleporter from here, they can kind of destroy it, and from here they can kind of destroy it. But this should probably be smoked off, maybe, depending on the situation. But you could maybe just do one like back right over here. That's pretty good. Did this, peaks, bunch of sight, then teleport back. Now, if you have an op, you could just, if you plan it over there, you could just play that one op. If not, then you could, and if it's like smoked off or something, then you could go or a little more aggressive like this. Push this, peek, wall bang this, because the walls in this map are made of paper. Then you can just teleport back out and they plant right along with the operator. Or you could, plant yourself over here. Okay, and then as soon as you're done planting, you could immediately teleport back. And just like that, you win the game. So those were a few teleporter setups on a few of the maps with Chamber. If you want to see a complete one map guide with Chamber, comment that down below. If you enjoyed, learned something new, also like the video, and comment down what agent I should make a guide on next, right? I'm thinking about doing a bunch of these, but just comment down what agent I should do next. And for what map, if you want a specific, like Viper and Icebox guide. Something like that, just comment it down below. That's the only way, I know, right? Also, I coach my viewers. If you're trying to get coached, just comment down your Discord name and join my Discord. I'm also doing Road to Ascendant. If you guys, want to watch, that's right on your screen right about now. And I also stream all this live right here on my YouTube.